Hello students, this is Dr. Hemendra Sharma from Babu Banarsi Das University, Lucknow. Today I am here to teach you something on entrepreneurship and small business management. And to begin with, today's topic would be Introduction to Current State of Small Scale Enterprise. What do we understand by small scale enterprise? As in the previous lectures, you have understood what do we understand by small scale enterprise and what is the bracket and all. Seeing the current requirement from post COVID era, there are certain changes has been made in the small scale enterprises as well as in the MSME enterprises. So to give you a glimpse and to give you a deep learning about what the contributions has been made and what necessary changes has been made, to begin with the current state of small scale enterprises, the intro part. Now, micro, small and medium enterprises play a significant role in the economic growth of the country owing to their contribution to production, exports and employment. The sector contributes 8% to the country's GDP, 45% to the manufactured output and 40% to the country's exports. It provides employment to 60 million people through 28.5 million enterprises. Significantly, the MSME sector has maintained a higher growth rate vis-a-vis the overall industrial sector during the past decade. According to a survey, exports from these enterprises have been on the rise despite increased cost of raw materials, sluggish global demand, and stiff international competition. Today, the sector produces a wide range of products from simple consumer goods to high precision, sophisticated finished products. It has emerged as a major supplier of mass production goods as well as a producer of electronic and electrical equipment and drugs and pharmaceuticals. An impetus to the sector is likely to have a multiplier impact on the economic growth. So as you can see, the overall contribution and details have been shared in this particular slide. What are the real engines of growth? MSME constitutes over 90% of total enterprises in most of the economies and are credited with generating high rates of employment and account for a major share of industrial production and exports. In India too, MSME play a pivotal role in the overall industrial economy of the country. With its agility and dynamism, the sector has shown admirable innovativeness and adaptability to survive the recent economic downturn and recession. Apart from providing the support to the large industries, MSMEs have played an important role in the development of states in terms of the employment generation. More than 55% of these enterprises are located in 6 major states of the country, which are Uttar Pradesh, Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, West Bengal, Andhra Pradesh, and Karnataka. The MSME sector has slowly come into the limelight with increased focus from the government and other government institutions, corporate bodies, and banks. Policy-based changes, investments into the sector, globalization, and India's robust economic growth have opened up several latent business opportunities for this sector. Optimism among Indian business owners, 84% remains well ahead of the global average of 24% and double the Asia Pacific average of 33%. Confidence levels over economic performance are higher for India this year, with 93% of Indian business owners optimistic about the country's economy for 2011. So you can see how these particular 6 states are contributing in the growth and development. Apart from that, overall, if you see the region-wise contribution, if you talk about the Asia Pacific averages of 33% and global average of 24%, wherein in India it is almost the double of that figure, which is 84%. So as you can see, these all particular the small enterprises or small sector enterprises in these in the country is not only helping in the economic boost and growth, but also in the development of the employment opportunities, and the latent sector is also gets developed. Demand in the real estate, demand in the allied products, demand in the purchasing power working in the MSME sectors also contribute to the growth of the economy. What are the key constraints to begin with? what are the challenges, or what are the basic hiccups which are being faced by the small scale enterprises despite the sector's strategic importance in overall industrialization, strategy and employment generation, as well as the opportunities the Indian landscape presents. The MSME sector confronts several challenges. Technological obsolescence and financing problems have been associated with the sector since long. Also, constraints such as high cost of credit, low access to new technology, poor adaptability to changing trends, lack of access to international markets, lack of skilled manpower, inadequate infrastructure facilities, including power, water, and roads, etc., and regulatory issues related to taxation, state and central, labor laws, environmental issues are also linked with its growth process. There is a need to develop potential strategies in order to improve linkages and coordination between the government, industry, and academia. There is also a need to develop an alternate delivery channels through capacity building of the MSME associations and the public-private partnerships in the institutional structure. As also the schemes, given the nature of the enterprises, there is a need to facilitate startups and evolve a time-bound exit mechanism. So all these things you can see, if there are certain constraints, if there are certain, key problems that needs to be addressed, and if they are not going to get addressed, then there will be a dilemma in the MSME enterprises. And that dilemma is going to create the losses for not itself for the organization, but also for the economy, in terms of reduction in the growth of economy, loss of jobs, loss of allied industries who are running because of MSME sector. So once you have developed the MSME, certain challenges would be there, certain problems will be there, which needs to be addressed, and that has to be catered for. What are the current institutional roles, if you see up from the three angles: government, academia, and industry? Government, if you see, little promoting the MSME sector domestically and internationally. Academia, colleges, schools, ITIs, primarily suppliers of human capital to the MSME industry. They will also suffer if the government do not promote, and the industry in itself will not adopt these fresh pass outs. R&D and training institution spending by private enterprises is low. It will be a challenge to all them. Next point, limited outreach of policies and programs across areas of operations of MSMEs. If the programs and reach is very limited, the export promotion is not being promoted, the policy level, infrastructure level things are not flexible enough, then there will be very limited growth of the MSME sector. So government has to look in this perspective as well. Lack of spin-offs from academia. Spin-offs here states that there will be more layoffs, more public, the people will be switching from sales to finance to operations to technology or to technical backgrounds. So that has to be get reduced, because if the student pass out percentage and adoption by the industry is not at the equilibrium level, so there will be a huge mass which will be unemployed, because majority of the people are being employed by the MSME industry, and this is going to create and will encourage the spin-offs in the academic industry altogether. Industry, fee linkages among the stakeholders as well as between firms and end users. Government, low investment in technology leading to low productivity and poor quality of product. If the government is not investing or not designing certain policies for the innovation, for the technology upgradation, that will lead to the low productivity, and that will also lead to the poor quality of the products, which in turn are going to create the default in the bank payments or into the EMIs. Apart from that, the sale of the product will get stagnant, and when the cost of the production is increases and the sales are stagnant, then the cost of running an enterprise or MSME would be a challenging task, or will be a huge constraint for the people of working in the organization. Academia, majority of faculty's time spent on teaching rather research and entrepreneurship. So the government has to encourage entrepreneurship and research and development among the academicians. This not only going to give the clear picture of the industry, but also helps in identifying the threat and weaknesses of the MSME sector, and pinpointing those, not only going to encourage the government as well as the people working in the organization or management of the organization, but also cater to the continuous growth and development of the organization. Challenges from the international market or the global players will also get rectified if we are, matching the footsteps with the current technology. You can take the example of Nokia, who doesn't follow the Android feature of its mobile, or inculcating the Android feature in its mobile. And you can see the major player like Nokia has been vanished from the industry, who want, during a time, there was a time when this particular organization was the market leader in this particular segment. So as you can see, if that is not being rectified, if that being highlighted by the academicians, then the MSME as well as the big corporates are going to get benefit, and by encouraging research and entrepreneurship among the academicians industry. Low penetration in the international market. As I said, international market, if you have to match the footsteps, you have to understand the innovation and technology's role to capture the international market. The next point is low rate of business incubators in educational institutes of repute. So the business incubators or the entrepreneurship incubators needs to be emphasized and developed by the government, and encourage the academicians to develop such type of incubators, where the people, where the students can develop their ideas, they can register themselves for the patent, they can register their ideas and promote themselves. What are the inter-institutional linkages among these three? Role for government to lay down an adequate policy framework and funding schemes to enable academic spin-offs. As I told you, the academic spin-offs, switching from one college to another, switching from one trade to another trade, will be a challenge. But if the government provides the framework and the funding policy for the academician, then this is not only going to get them placed for a long time, but the benefit from them can also be taken for the development of the MSME sector and MSME industry. Government industry. Government to ensure coordination among stakeholders for promotion and development of MSME, and establishment of centers of excellence funded by industry. As you can see, there are certain organizations which who are funding the academic incubators, as in the case of premium B institutes in India, like IIMs and MNRs. Apart from that, the technology part, IIT and KNITs. So you can see, basically, if the corporate is giving the funds for the development of the incubators, it is the responsibility of the academicians and the government to procure that, to enhance that, to develop that, and to chalk out a plan, so that in such a way that such particular incubators are the repute among the country, and plays the path for development of more incubators across the cities and states. Academic industry partner especially in the area of R&D and training institutions, where the academia provides manpower to industry funded research labs. So as you can see, in the case of pharmaceutical, like pharmacy colleges, if the industry helps in those students in coming down to their research labs and inculcate the qualities and the features which they are looking forward among the budding pharmacists, this is not only going to develop a sense of responsibility among the student, but it is also going to fulfill the gap of industry and academia. The current trend going in the industry will be highlighted among the students. According to that, they have to develop themselves as per the need and requirement of the industry. What are the key challenges? Access to finance, which is a major threat for the development of the MSME sector or the small scale enterprises. The present domestic market conditions do not provide enough opportunities for the MSME sector for raising low cost funds. To improve the flow of credit, there is a need to provide low cost finance to the MSME sector, which has limited working capital and is dependent exclusively on finance from public sector banks. The cost of credit in the Indian MSME sector is higher than its international peers. A transparent credit rating system in simplification, reduction in documentation for assessing finance, providing interest rate subvention to the MSME sector must be taken into consideration in order to maintain the growth of the MSME sector. The most important issue hindering the growth, however, is the timely and adequate availability of finance to MSMEs. According to the Prime Minister's Task Force on MSME report, although bank credit to the sector has significantly increased from rupees 7,787 crores need conversion in US dollars in March 2000 to rupees 2,69,153 crore need conversion in US dollars in March 2009. Access to credit needs to further increase given the size of the MSME. So as you can see, the funds and the subsidies are being provided from the government time to time, and this amount is definitely is increasing and is expecting to contribute more to the development of the economy. The share of credit to the MSME sector in net bank credit has declined from 22.3% to 15.9% during the same period. The trend has been summarized in the graph below that the government is taking proactive steps to ensure better access to credit. Bank lending to the sector will grow at a rate of 20% on a year basis, along with 10% annual growth in number of micro enterprises accounts, with 60% of the share of MSME credit directed towards micro enterprises. These and other such measures will ensure that credit flow to the sector, especially micro and small enterprises, is adequate. Despite such measures, banks are reluctant to lend to MSMEs due to their higher risk profile owing to zero collateral or their limited years of operations. In a recent study published by the ISB, the Indian School of Business, it was found that large Indian firms, the firms above the MSME threshold, by the official definition, obtained about 47% of their total funding from the internal sources, 19% from banks and financial institutions, and 5% from capital markets. The remaining 29% came from alternative sources. In case of MSMEs, only 15% of funding came from internal sources, 25% from banks and FIs, and 10% from capital markets. Around 50% of the funding has been sourced through alternative funding sources, including friends and family, trade credit, etc. Alternative sources are typically far more expensive and are dependent on prevailing market conditions and are rarely a guaranteed source. This clearly implies that MSMEs face very high interest costs due to the lack of availability of adequate credit. This can be countered well through a methodical induction of equity capital. Over the last decade, there have been private equity investments of all types and across a myriad of industries. We are just entering an era where increasing number of family business owners will be looking to partially or fully divest their ownership in firms they or a family member founded. Now the assets to market. Assets to markets to withstand the onslaught of competition from large enterprises within and outside MSMEs need to respond promptly to the evolving marketing needs and innovations. The sector needs to be provided better market access facilities in order to sustain and further enhance its contribution towards output, employment generation, and exports. MSME contribution should be seen not only in terms of output, employment, income, investment, or exports, but also in terms of qualitative indicators such as the synergies they promote with large industries. Their contribution towards balanced regional growth, participation in nurturing entrepreneurial spirit, innovation, and in providing a nationwide pool of skilled and trained manpower. Even today, most small businesses in India are set up by first generation entrepreneurs. They often have a product or service idea and some fervor to work hard. However, the limited market access, namely capital access, brand promotion solutions, marketing support, logistics and sales support, and information and communication technology support stalls the fervor to take their enterprise to next level. A recent study reveals that MSMEs in India are broadly unaware of technology solutions and tools available to cater their marketing needs. According to the study, less than 6% of Indian MSMEs with access to personal computers advertise online, and a majority of these enterprises use traditional media. Many Indian MSMEs are also unaware of the effectiveness, measurability, and predictability of using online advertising to reach the target audience. It highlighted that a huge opportunity exists for SMBs to reach their desired business financial goals by optimizing their web presence and capabilities. It additionally pointed out that since the majority of India's MSMEs, especially the small businesses, generate a large proportion of their revenue from the local market, they still rely on traditional media like telephone directories and newspapers to reach their customer base. Therefore, there arises a need for the sector to build capacities to develop ICT and other tools in order to cater the growing marketing needs. Government initiative to access markets. The ministry has taken several initiatives to facilitate MSMEs to enhance their market access both within and outside the country. Various organizations Various organizations under the Ministry of MSME organize exhibitions, fairs, and buyer-seller meets across the country, providing MSMEs with an opportunity to display their products and capabilities. The Marketing Assistance and Technology Upgradation and Scheme for Micro, Small, and Medium Enterprises, a program of MSME industry, envisages that some clusters of MSMEs which have quality production and export potential shall be identified and encouraged and assisted through the scheme to achieve competitiveness in the national and international markets. The program aims at improving the marketing competitiveness of the sector. The activities planned under the scheme include technology upgradation and packaging, skills upgradation, development for modern marketing techniques, competition studies of threatened products, identification of new markets through state and district levels, local exhibitions, trade fairs, corporate governance practices, marketing hubs, and reimbursement to ISO certification. Under the MSA Marketing Development Assistance Scheme, assistance is extended to individuals for participation in overseas fairs, exhibitions, study tours. The Ministry of MSME has also formulated two schemes under the National Manufacturing Competitiveness Program to smoothen the marketing of MSME products. The activities supported under these components include assistance for adoption of barcode technology upgradation in packaging and skill upgradation development for modern marketing techniques. Further, the National Small Industries Corporation has launched a B2B web portal and established a marketing intelligence cell for providing domestic and global market information to the MSMEs. Various industry associations play a pivotal role by undertaking sector specific market studies and also by initiating contesting anti-dumping cases. The ministry has also formulated a public procurement policy for MSMEs which will provide them support in marketing their products and developing long-term relationships in production service value chains with the public sector. So as you can see, how much the government is promoting, how much the government is providing the schemes and subsidy to the MSME, so that this particular segment can enhance itself in not only in innovation and technology, but also in markets. It not only restricted to the local level, but also to the global level. So these all things, if you see, that it has been specifically stated that the modern marketing techniques has to be taken care of, and the products which are being threatened because of the competition or because of the lack of financial access or because of the lack of market, these all needs to be prioritized and needs to be identified and being promoted in such a way that these all certain threatened products are being catered and are being helped in the development of the organization and helpful in the economy. The marketing development assistance scheme is also being there for the participation in overseas fairs, exhibition, and study tours. So by all these ways and means, this is not only a step towards the upliftment and development of the scheme, but also for the, apart various industries who are taking care in this particular segment. The National Small Industries Corporation has launched a web portal for B2B. Like India Mart, if you are aware of, that is a B2B portal, but that is a private. But apart from the private players, there is a government portal also helping in the development and providing regular information related to the MSME. B2B portal not only provides a platform for all the traders and for all the manufacturers at a single point, but you can segregate them on the industry or type on the basis of the products in which you are dealing, and the same vendor in the other city or other state. So all these schemes and facilities are being rendered to develop the MSME sector, innovative marketing approach and ICT exposure. Internationally, web marketing tools are being extensively used by MSMEs to reach out and generate leads. These include social networks, website syndication tools, gadgets, and RSS feeds. B2B sites have also emerged as a viable platform for promoting and doing business in a much evolved and effective way. They facilitate in establishing new business relationship and retaining the existing ones in what we today known as an e-marketplace. They serve as a medium for the wholesalers, distributors, suppliers, manufacturers, and retailers to conduct business in the e-arenas. Low investment online marketing tools include sponsored links as they establish an instant connect with laser targeted prospects through in depth research, and suitable adwords are required to identify industry trends and to keep the campaign effective. The new wave of advertising and marketing is contextual and intertwines with the personal and professional lives of the target audience. Targeted advertising through social networking and blogging sites have provided the right platform for a number of companies to reach out to its prospective customer base more cost effectively. One can create a community page pertaining to the company, products, and services and regularly update it with fresh content to engage the clients and visitors continuously. Further, virtual reality platforms such as Second Life and the Indian version GoGeo.com are examples of how traditional products and services are test marketed to gauge reactions over these platforms. Mobile marketing is another useful mode for small and medium enterprises to connect with their intended audience in an effective manner. Now, next is access to people. The Indian economy is now the second fastest growing economy of the world. In such a visible growth environment, tremendous efforts are being made by SMEs, small and medium enterprises, to make their presence felt and to convert their growth plans into reality. In essence, last few years have seen the exponential growth of SMEs while big players enjoy economies of scale to control prices. SMEs enjoy agility in bringing the product faster to the market. However, we still find many SMEs struggling to achieve expected growth and grappling with inherent challenges of culture and scale. The promoters and entrepreneurs are exploring ways to minimize this inertia and increasingly realizing that HR and its different facets play an important role to address the growth issues that SMEs face. Human resource is one of the most essential growth indicators for organizations today. Large firms who are targeting high growth rates, the market for talent, and MSMEs can never outplay large companies in terms of salary. The other challenge faced by MSMEs is to preserve the horizontal structure that was prevalent when they were young. As the organization grows, the cohesiveness present at the start slowly starts to fade away. People challenges in MSMEs. MSMEs will need to ensure that they undertake effective HR planning and ensure that the plan supports a growth aspiration, be geared to increasing the firm's flexibility and responsiveness and help the company develop and its change management capabilities. However, there are certain challenges faced by MSMEs in achieving the above mentioned HR plan objectives. Talent attraction. The biggest constraint for MSMEs in talent attraction is the lack of ability to pay competitive compensation packages and non-adequate employer branding. The SMEs often lose out to MNCs in attracting best talent, which typically invest substantially in the recruitment and retention strategies. Another key concern for MSMEs is to find talent with leadership qualities. As per grant organizations are finding it difficult to find talent with leadership qualities across all sectors. Talent retention. Often MSMEs lose talent as they are unable to communicate the goal vision of the organization and fail to present a clear career path to employees. These leave employees directionless and disengaged. Sound induction and orientation process and constant dissemination of the organization's short-term and long-term goals is the solution to this problem. Lack of job rotation is another key reason for attrition in MSMEs. Employees begin to find their roles mundane after a period of time and are devoid of job rotation options within the company, which leads them to exiting from the enterprise. Talent retention. Talent retention, in order for the MSMEs to retain talent, they will need to become more performance based. This can be achieved by ensuring that the culture of the organization is meritorious, where employees are guaranteed more responsibilities strictly on the basis of performance. A strong performance management systems need to be put in place to ensure the same. MSMEs leadership bodies will need to ensure that they are able to judge the potential of an employee and can harness that potential towards the fulfillment of organization goals. Most time in MSMEs organization, there exists a gap between the performance and potential of employees. Organization should give the employees additional responsibilities to test their potential and recognize their potential. Organizations today recognize the need for recruiting high potential employees but fail to communicate it. Grant Thornton Indian Marketing Retention and Attraction Study concluded that 88% of engineering, media, pharmaceutical, manufacturing, and ITS organizations are actively identifying high potential employees, but only 69% of these organizations communicate to the employees that they are high potential. MSMEs need to define and communicate the corporate goal, vision, and direction clearly. HR should undertake personal goal setting as a part of the appraisal process and work towards alignment of personal goals to the goals of the organization. Personalized attention has to be given to employee needs of benefit, reward, etc. Apart from performance appraisal, employees could use instant recognition for the successful completion of a small task as a method for encouraging employees. Employees could be sent to attend training sessions by outside trainers, knowledge sharing and networking conferences, etc., to provide them an opportunity to learn more than what their jobs demand. MSME organizations will need to invest in training and development that leads to skill development and job enhancement. Grant Thornton's India market attrition retention study indicated that the training budget as a percentage of tool income in organization is relatively low. A mere 1% has been allocated across engineering, manufacturing, media and services, pharmaceutical and ITES. Technological and environmental constant steps taken by the government. The government of India has taken several measures to help small enterprises to become globally competitive. These include schemes, programs for technology upgradation, development of clusters of such industries, making collateral-free bank credit available up to $1,25,000, creating awareness among these industries regarding export-related issues, etc. The Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises in India is also conducting workshops on various aspects of WTO, anti-dumping seminars, IPR, etc., to desanitize entrepreneurs and other stakeholders about the likely impact of liberalization and globalization. The Small Industry Service Institute provides technology development services to the MSMEs. National Small Scale Industries Corporation Limited was established in 1955 by the Government of India to promote, aid and foster the growth of small scale industries in India. It offers a number of technical services to SMEs through its technical service centers, extension centers, software technology parks, and technology transfer centers. Besides this, technology business incubation is one of the most recent service that NIC has initiated. The TBI enables technical entrepreneurs to conduct their R&D programs in a professional, friendly, and supportive environment while receiving the guidance and hand-holding they need in the initial phase. This facility is being offered in information technology, product design, energy and environment auditing, biotechnology, electronics, and communications. The Ministry of MSMEs, Government of India has set up an intellectual property facilitation cell which provides a range of IP related services such as prior art search, patent landscape, and interface for technology transfer. A credit-linked capital subsidy scheme for technology upgradation of MSMEs provided grant support for technological initiatives of MSMEs. A small industry development organization established in 1954 provided a wide spectrum of technical services to the small industry sector. These include common facilities for testing, tool room services, technology upgradation, modernization, quality improvement, training for entrepreneurship development, a number of training for skill upgradation, preparation of project and product profiles, technical and managerial consultancy, assistance for exports, pollution and energy audit, etc. I hope now you are able to understand what are the changes which the government is undertaking for the development of the MSME from the previous and to the current trend. Thank you, students.